Today, let's look at 4 expert opinions on what's going to happen with the housing market this spring, whether it's going to bloom or bust, right? That's what everybody wants to know. So as we head into the spring, let's take a look at that. I love springtime, love when the flowers start to bloom, love when the trees start getting leaves on them. But I've got to tell you, I really don't trust trees. They seem kind of shady. Spring is almost here, thank goodness. I am really excited for the warmer weather, be able to get outside and do some of those fun activities, hiking, boating, fishing, camping, all the good stuff, right? All the good stuff I love to do. Many are wondering what the spring is going to bring for the housing market. It's going to be way different than last spring when we were first starting into the coronavirus pandemic. Now though, we're hopefully, right, fingers crossed, I'm really hoping, at the tail end of it as we get vaccines more widely dispersed. So I want to go over 4 industry experts' opinions and what they're saying about the housing market and how it's really going to just bloom this spring. So Danielle Hale, chief economist over at Realtor.com, said, despite early weakness, we expect to see new listings grow in March and April as they traditionally do heading into the spring. And last year's extraordinarily low new listings comparison point will mean year-over-year gains. One other potential bright spot for would-be home buyers is new construction, which has risen at a year-over-year pace of 20% or more for the last few months. This will provide additional for sale inventory relief. That's a plus. That's a huge plus. We really need that right now. Ali Wolf, the chief economist over at Zonda, said some people will feel comfortable listing their home during the first half of 2021. Others are going to want to wait until vaccines are more widely distributed. This suggests more inventory will be for sale in late 2021 and into the spring selling season in 2022. So based on those 2 quotes already, number 1, for buyers, it's going to get a little bit easier to buy a house because there's going to be more inventory. Number 2 point, though, is for sellers, because there's going to be more inventory. If you thought about selling your house, you may want to do it sooner rather than later, because as buyers have more opportunity to be picky and choosy over what houses they have, it's going to decrease the demand for your house. Freddie Mac said, since reaching a low point in January, mortgage rates have risen by more than 30 basis points. However, the rise in mortgage rates over the next couple of months is likely to be more muted in comparison to the last few weeks, and we expect a strong spring sales season. Lastly, Mark Fleming over at First American said, as the housing market heads into the spring home buying season, the ongoing supply and demand imbalance all but assures more house price growth. Many find it hard to believe, but housing is actually undervalued in most markets, and the gap between house buying power and sale price indicates there's room for further house price growth in the months to come. Bottom line, experts are very optimistic about the housing market. We think it's going to really just boom and bloom, right, in the springtime. So if you pressed pause on your real estate plans over the winter, either because it wasn't the right time for you, or you tried to buy a home in the winter and it was too tough, you just weren't able to get an offer accepted, let's chat. Let's determine how we can re-engage in the home buying process this spring with you, because who you work with truly matters.